Can the Anova Precision Oven finish your barbecue for you? Find out today. Alright, so a year ago I made a Christmas list episode, and one of the things I put on there was this Anova Precision Oven. I got it, and after about a year of use, I'm going to tell you what I think about it in relationship to barbecue. The first thing that I want to say is that it didn't finish my barbecue the way that I thought it would, and I'm going to tell you why. So, when I first conceptualized this, I thought, it has this probe that goes in right here, and you can stick it into your meat just like, in a pellet cooker, pellet smoker. So I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to program it. You have different stages, and I'm going to put it on, 300, 350. I'm going to have wrapped my pork butt. I'm going to stick that probe on there. And once it gets up to like 203 or 205, I'm going to have it drop the temperature down to, something like 150 and just give it a rest, right? For like something like a pork butt or a brisket. Now, the reason it's not going to do that is that it holds on to heat too well. There's no cooling mechanism. So if it's up there at 350 and you've got a big piece of meat that's acting as a heat sink, right? And it's trying to, you're trying to get it to go down, the temperature inside isn't going to drop fast enough to keep you from overcooking whatever barbecue you're doing. You're going to be going up and up and up. In my case, I'd come over, I'd open the door, try to cool it out that way. But really, it sort of takes away from what I envisioned it doing. So, how can this be good for barbecue? One, it's really good for resting. You can set it to, 140, 150. I usually do 150. This pan here, they sent with it. It's not the cleanest thing, but it... if you measure it end to end, after you've cooked a brisket, maybe a smaller brisket, maybe not the largest brisket ever, but I did, what was it, 14 pounder the other day, worked fine for that. You can put it in there, you can do a long all night hold, eat it the next morning or next lunchtime, really well with this, and that is something I've liked. The other thing is, if you want to finish it and you're shooting for the next day anyway, say, right? One thing that you could do is you could set this to like 203. I haven't done this yet, and I may in the future, but you could set it to 203 and, have the probe in there. And once it actually got to 203, let it come down to, 150. And the temperature of the oven would probably come down maybe even faster than the meat in that situation. So I do think that this thing could potentially be really good for finishing your whole cook. But besides that, we use this thing all the time. Heating up leftovers, cooking our vegetables. It can air fry, it can dehydrate. If you're into making jerky, I really love this thing. This is a pizza steel. It's very heavy, and we have made some really amazing pizza in this thing. So that is something I've enjoyed too. But as for barbecue, it will do the job. It just won't do it the way that I thought. And it would be really cool if Anova in the future came out with some sort of cooling thing. The other thing is, the probe is only meant to go up. So, you can't have turn it off and then the probe set below what it was and turn the temperature back on. this thing is only set to make it so that, you know, as things get hotter, it's not like a cooler machine, which I think, you know, with the right programming, they could fix that. So maybe in the future, Anova can get on that. But yeah, would I recommend this thing? I would. I think that it can do a lot for your barbecuing. But you just have to know how to make it happen the right way. See you next time.